Hey kids, Moose here with some Monday Mayhem. So in this video I'm going to be basically copying the King of Random's video on how to make Crucible Tongs and Lifters. So they're pretty much the same thing, the only difference is the direction of like the hands at the bottom. So the lifters, the semicircles will be like this, and for pouring they're going to be on the handles like that. So what I've got so far, we'll take a quick look here. For tools, you're going to need a drill. You're going to need 3 bits. I'm using 1/4 inch bolts, so I started off with 3 32nds, and then went up to 11/64, and then 1/4. I'm using some 1 inch by 1/8 thick, 36-inch long pieces of rolled steel, and you're going to need pliers or channel locks, something to measure with, a marker, bench vise, which I've got way over there. You're going to need a hammer and something to make that initial tap for where you're going to drill. Alright, so basically what I did with these is I took these 36-inch long pieces, I measured 6 inches off the bottom and cut it. I used a Dremel and just broke it off. Can't seem to find my hacksaw anywhere. And it was this piece right here, the 6-inch piece that came off. So for each one, that's going to be the hands at the bottom of the tongs. And then what I did was I took the center of that, made a mark, and then used the sledge in this to tap like a starter divot in there. And then I started off with a small bit, worked my way up, making the hole bigger, making sure to use oil. Another thing I needed, make sure to use oil in there so that it doesn't overheat. Make sure you go slow. You don't want to overheat your bit, because if you overheat it, it gets soft and it gets dull. So the first hole takes the longest, the other two zip by pretty quickly. So what I did was I figured out where I needed all the holes. So you're going to need 1 in each of these little hand pieces. You're going to need holes at the ends of the tongs themselves. And you're going to need holes up here where you're going to connect the two. Alright. So I did pretty much exactly what the King of Random did. These are a little bit shorter, but I think that'll be fine. So I'll go into the bending on the next set. Right now I have to go to the hardware store and pick up some bolts because the ones that I have are a little bit too short. That's alright. So the bolts, you're going to want them to be at least 1 inch long. You can cut off the excess. And the rounded head bolts are going to work the best. And I lost mine, figures. So you don't want to use like these hex head bolts because they stick out too much. But yeah, you get the rounded head, and you're going to need 3 of them per set of tongs. So if you're going to make a lifter and pourer, you're going to need 6 in all. So that's 6 bolts and nuts. You're going to need at least 4 pieces of flat bar steel, and that's pretty much it for materials. Everything else you just bend and have fun with. Alright, so that's it for that. So I will set the video back on when I am actually making the second set. Alright, so I've got the first set of tongs complete. Here they are, and it's nothing pretty. It's not made to win a beauty contest here, but so they work fairly simply. These are just for lifting. So the hands at the end, you don't want them to be like perfectly round. You want them to be able to pick up crucibles of all sizes. And there goes my thermometer. So that's what they look like. So let's see how one is actually made. pivot for the handles. You want to add a little bit of oil. You don't want to go fast, and you don't want to push down too hard. You can ruin your bit. And if you see anything smoking, you're probably going too fast. Alright, and that's it. So you want to repeat all the holes just like that. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes altogether per set of tongs. Alrighty, so now we've got all of our holes drilled. The next thing we're going to do is the crucible holders, the hand part. What we want to do is we want to bend them, kind of like I don't know how to describe it. We just want to bend them a little bit so they can encompass the crucible. All right. I'm going to try and do it as evenly as possible. All right. So we've got that so far. And I'm going to bring it down there. There. All right. So again, it's rough. We're not doing this to win any beauty pageants. So yeah, so I'm gonna put it up to both of them. So we have the 2 long pieces. All right. Now. This pivots this way. That's where that bolt is going to go. But we can't do anything with this end being shaped like that. So what we have to do is twist this part so that this side is flat. All right. And let's see if we can. Clamp that down a little harder. Yeah, it's bent like that. All right. Let's see if I can twist it the other way this time. Bad. All right, so now when we put them together at that fulcrum point, we've got that, which is perfect. Oh well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to bend these inwards. So when I squeeze them, I'll have that, which I'll just bend that back a little bit more. Yeah, that looks a little better. All right, so we're going to take these pieces, and I want the head of the bolt, the rounded head, to be on the inside. I don't want this scratching the graphite crucible. I want those things to last as long as they can. Now, keep in mind as well that when you bend these, you're going to be affecting the hole. So it might take a little coercing to get through. Foot piece. There. Washer. Nut. And next, same thing on the other side. So what I want to do next is I want to make like a handle at the end. So I'm going to rough it to the bottom of the vise there. And I'm just going to put it straight down. Down, without breaking my bench. There we go. So now we've got like a loop. All right, so now that everything's assembled and kind of lined up and, you know, tested, so now everything touches the crucible well, holds it pretty good, so you can pour and be done. The only thing that I'm noticing is that I think I might have wanted to use a little bit more than 1/8 inch steel. So if you're trying to do this for yourself, get the next thickness up. Especially, I mean, this is a 6 kilogram crucible, so figure that's going to hold roughly 12 pounds in it. And it's already kind of stressed with this, but this will work fine for my smaller crucibles. So there you have it. So here we got the lifters, which work perfectly fine. Lift up out of the kiln, set it on your fabric, and then use these to pour. All right, so that's it for that. How to make your own tongs. So yep, you can follow the King of Randoms video, and it works. They work. Again, you know, if you're going to be messing with anything, you know, fairly heavy, I would suggest going with probably 1/4 inch instead of 1/8. It'll be heavier, harder to work with, but if you're lifting up those, especially for the pouring crucible. So that's that. So thanks for watching. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that bell, all that great stuff. And make sure that if you want to get interested into my 100,000 subscriber giveaway, which I'm probably going to be changing because at this rate I don't think I'll make 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2020. So I might change that to like 75,000, we'll see. But just make sure that you look in the description of this video. You'll have all the directions right there. And special thanks to all those of you who help support this channel by checking out the Moose Amazon thing and the Teespring hats and mugs and shirts and stuff like that. I really appreciate that. And again, have a good one. See you on the next one.